You guys are ready, go ahead.
Jack, what do you see from BYU's offense that poses problems?
I mean, they got a good quarterback. They got a lot of good weapons that they can score in a hurry. So we just got to play good defense and try to create turnovers. Yeah.
What are the things you got? You mentioned the turnovers that have not come in as big bunches, but you guys have finally gotten to that point. How much does that continue to be emphasis, and how critical is that in a game like this against a pretty darn good offense?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a great defense, you got to create chaos, and we haven't created as much as we want, but we certainly do believe that when we get the thing rolling, they're going to come in bunches, and so every day, we're constantly reminding people, punch at the ball, rip. Anytime you're around that ball, it has to be some type of attempt, to create that turnover, and so that's just that's something that's always on our mind. And certainly going into this week, it's going to be just as big as any other week.
JD's been flagged for targeting the last 2 games. When you're going to make a tackle, how do you balance the being conscious about trying not to make targeting, but also making the tackle? How difficult is that?
It's super tough. I mean, they're on scholarship. You're on scholarship. You're trying to win the game. At times they're 230 pounds, and you're trying to get them down, right? But at the same time, you have to keep in your back of the head, like there's a strike zone. When it's a bang bang play, it's tough, but you got to know, like, you got to keep your head up, and you got to avoid their upper shoulder, neck, head area. That's something that we've obviously been emphasizing the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, things happen, and I don't think there's any bad intent behind it at all. But at the end of the day, it's football. There's bang bang plays. You can't be scared to make a tackle because you have something in the back of your head that tells you not to. But you have to be smart, and you have to think about it. So it's a tough balance. But we're getting a scholarship to play football, and as a defensive player, you got to be able to find that balance.
I was going to say, there's probably a point where you don't want to be second guessing yourself right before you're going to make a tackle.
And as a competitor, you can't. You just got to trust yourself and be confident in your teaching and your ability and your technique to just go out there and play and make the best tackle you can.
Jack, BYU is a program known for their air assault. What are the challenges for the linebackers to play against a high potent passing offense?
Yeah, I mean, the whole back seven, we're gonna have to be on top of our game. Communication wise, just we can't have any breakdowns. Last week, North Carolina week, unfortunately we had some, breakdowns, and we can't let that happen this week. But it's the whole defense. If we can get a rush up front, that significantly helps the back seven. If we can cover back, in the back seven, if we can get home up front, it's all comes hand in hand. And so, it's the whole defense, and we just got to do our thing and work together.
Shamrock Series brings back some good memories from last year.
Yeah, it certainly does. We're excited for it. But at the end of the day, it's another game that we got to go out and compete in.
Jack, not having JD in the first half of last game and then after this game, kind of piggyback off that. Is there any difference in the defense? Is there any different in your field, out in the field, out that guy out next to you out there?
I mean, obviously, you want JD out there on the field. He's a great football player. He knows what he's doing. Hard worker. He's a captain, right? But I have complete confidence in whoever's out in the field that's on this defense, that they put in the preparation, they put in the work, and they're good enough to be out there and compete. And so, if that's me, if that's Maris, if that's Bo, whoever it is, we're going to get the job done, and we're going to, fill in and pick up right where JD left off.
And he actually had a huge impact on the game as soon as he stepped in. But will this defense, what's the struggle, I guess, or what's the strength that you see going into facing this quarterback and getting to him or containing him?
Yeah, I think, just having that preparation and knowing what they like and what our answers are and creating that chaos. We certainly do believe we can create chaos, and that's, we just got to get there. And if everybody's playing disciplined football, I think we can do that.
Anything else for Jack?
Thanks, Jack.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks.